Hey guys, how you doing? Going to be doing a collective read here for you. Last week in retrograde here, coming out of it here. What is it? October 2nd, and I will be coming out with the October readings for all zodiac soon. So stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to get some messages out here for you. Probably a tough week. Maybe a lot of you guys have been thinking a few things here, trying to figure out things, and maybe even realizing a few things as well. So let's see what energies are coming out here and see if there's anything that can help you. All right, so let's see what's going on here for the collective. What messages do we have here for the collective here? We're going to start off the reading with the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is boundaries. Okay, it is, it's a Sagittarius energy warrior type of card, the wounded warrior. Right, so there is a let me see if there's any glare coming for you guys. No, we're good. But the Nine of Wands, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. It's just a little bit of an energy of protecting your energy, putting your boundaries up. So a lot of you guys have been in an energy of maybe, I don't know, just looking at your surroundings, your friends, your situation, if it's work, whatever it is here. But you are protecting or putting up your boundaries so you're not being taken advantage of. Okay, so a lot of energy is kind of coming around there, and it may be because you're protecting your energy and having your boundaries up, you're starting to see it's like a bigger picture. You're starting to see things a little bit differently now, and who has maybe held you back, or maybe you've been wanting to move in a certain direction, maybe you've been trying to focus on a certain project, but you keep getting distracted, right? So I feel as though a lot of you guys are starting to realize that, but also there's also, it's a feeling that you're realizing, these situations are not what you expected to hold you back. And that kind of throws a little curveball here for you. So let's get all the cards out, see. And again, this, just take what resonates here. It is a general reading, but kind of felt like getting some cards out here. Now, there is going to be reversals in this reading here, okay? We do have the Hangman in reverse. Okay, typically with the Hangman in the upright, it is saying to take a pause, take a break here. With the Hangman in reverse, it does feel as though not many of us can do that because we have things that we need to keep going. We got to take care of things, right? So maybe you don't have an opportunity to take some time out for yourself. So let's see. We do have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles, also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. We have the Sun. The Chariot in reverse here, Cancer energy. Let's get three more cards here for the collective, and we have the Emperor in reverse. It's just there's an energy here, whoever this resonates with, is the confidence. It's not saying you're not confident. Don't take it that way. It's just that maybe there is a direction you want to move towards, right? You have the Emperor, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles sitting over there. But with the Emperor in reverse, it's like you feel like there's no foundation, or you feel like your foundation is not strong enough, or even you. That's why I said it, just you as an individual. It's like you're self-reflecting and looking at yourself and going, there's more work I need to do, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That just means that you're actually trying to figure things out, and that is the best thing you can do here. Temperance in reverse, Sag energy again, and let's get one more card here. And things are just uneasy as well. And we have the Page of Cups in the upright here. So there's some energy here about, and we have Death in reverse too. So there's a little bit of like, transformation is needed, or maybe there is a sense of you needing to work on yourself here. But again, with the Hangman sitting over there in the reversed placement here, it is just saying there's an energy here of trying to move forward, but not really tackling the major issues here, okay? And like I said earlier, this could just be realizations that you're in a situation, or you're just realizing the, things around you here that are just not working out. And there's a decision here that you need to make here, okay? But with the Emperor in reverse, it's also like you don't want to make these decisions. That there's intuitively here, it feels like you need to make changes. And I'm not saying that everybody has to, quit their job and they have to leave and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that there could be other changes that you need to do for yourself. And this could be involving, I mean, eating healthier, getting rid of things that are holding you back. It could just be, addictive stuff here, right? So just, things that are delaying your transformation. It feels like it's holding you back. And maybe you are feeling, a sense of, um, just things are not moving forward. There's a sense of stagnation. There's a maybe even feel like you're more tired than usual. Just giving your energy. This Nine of Wands, remember, is the center of your reading here. And when you do give your energy, you're trying to be helpful for other things, situations. When I say situations, it just could be anything, right? Anything that really applies for you, but you're giving your energy to other things. But there's a sense of, forgetting about yourself here. And I think it's catching up to you. And that is the realization that a lot of you guys are kind of in this week, and maybe even getting into this energy of realizing that you didn't really put your time and energy into what was going to benefit you in the long run or anything, right? So you're starting to focus on that now. And there's a little bit, the Two of Pentacles in reverse too. It's a little bit of like, you do feel rushed. It's before you were able to kind of juggle situations and maybe have that option. But now there's a sense of like, you know what? And the Two of Pentacles, it could be your finances. Maybe there is something here you need to focus on in regards to budgeting, or maybe you're starting to realize like, hey, towards the end of October, in November, or maybe like, end of the year, let's just shoot it out that far. Um, financially, there's things that are coming up here for you. So you're starting to realize and starting to take action towards, fixing a problem before it becomes a problem. And for some of you guys, that Emperor reverse, it's like, and again, it doesn't matter the gender, it's just a fact of you realizing that, oh, you know what, I didn't have everything in line here, right? So it's just that realization that makes you go, okay, let me figure this out. But there does cause concern, it causes anxiety, it causes worry, right? So, and also Knight of Wands is not trusting situations as well. So maybe there is a situation that you're working on or thinking of, or maybe there was a project that you're really focused on, and then you just kind of go, you know what, is that important right now? Is that my priority? So it's like you're developing this internal priority checklist, right? So you're kind of going, which one's more important right now? What do I need to focus on? It's like basic work stuff, right? I mean, when you go to work and you have a lot of stuff to do, you typically write down the to-do list, right? The to-do list that never goes away apparently. But that to-do list is piling up, and you need to start looking at this to-do list and saying which is going to impact my life the most, and then start looking, that is that the priority here? If it's financially a priority, then look at your finances. Is it your job? Do you need to find a job? Do you need to work on this? Do you need to create more things here? Really focus on that and put your time and energy into that specific project, that specific thing that could increase your finances, right? If it's a relationship, maybe things are not working out, or maybe things are disconnected. Communication is not even there, right? Maybe you need to start focusing on, communicating and seeing what is the problem instead of thinking and feeling. Maybe you need to just ask and kind of just speak what the issue is and see if that can be resolved, right? So, and then also there's just a little bit of energy. I mean, there's just, besides tarot and all that stuff, just the normal what's going on in the world is also affecting everyone as well, right? So we always, we kind of look at that. We always say try not to listen to the news and stuff like that, but there's, you do have friends in certain areas maybe going through something as well, so you kind of there's worry there for that as well. Okay, and I say that with the Queen of Pentacles being there because the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing energy. Doesn't matter the sign, it's just the fact that there's a feeling of caring for others, and you want to be able to support if needed. Okay, now again, it does focus right back on you, and I feel like towards maybe mid-October into end of October, we do have the eclipse coming up. There's going to be a shift. You're going to see a big energy shift, and the energy shift is going to be focusing more on yourself. And it's like, maybe at one point, you've been focusing on, like I said earlier, helping others, right? Or helping your situation, or maybe it's a work environment and you were always that leader, really taking the initiative to complete the project on time or getting things done, really getting to that. But then you're starting to realize, like, is this giving me what I'm looking for here? You know, is this fulfilling me in any way? And this coming few weeks here, especially right now too, I feel like a lot of you guys are looking at just reflection and like, you know, is this worth it? You know, there's going to be a lot of questions like, is this worth it, or do I need to move on to something else? Is this relationship worth it, or do I need to move on to something else? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that energy going on, and that's why the Chariot, you see it sitting in reverse. The Chariot is an energy of moving forward, right? But, you know, with the Temperance and the Chariot being over here, it's like you feel unbalanced. You feel like there's, you know, how can you move forward into something if you don't feel confident in the foundation? And this energy is making you look back at your foundation and saying, all right, what do I need to do here to adjust a few things so you feel more confident in moving forward, so the Emperor can kind of sit in the upright? You know what I mean? And that's the energy that I'm seeing here. All right. But with the, like I said, the Death card in reverse here, there's a sense of like, um, you know, avoiding things that you need to either end, let go, stop. You know, maybe there's things you need to let go that are toxic to your health. You know, things like that here. It is saying that it is going to, not necessarily, I don't want to say it's going to delay, it's never going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just that, are you going to choose to do this, or is the universe going to choose to do this? And that is the question here that you need to kind of ask yourself. All right, so let's see this Hangman in reverse. Why is this Hangman in reverse here? It is Pisces energy. Let's see here. We do have the Seven of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. So this is a sense of you. Now, Seven of Wands could just be a more of a defensive stance. So you're just kind of sitting there and, you know, not, like I said, the Hangman's an energy of looking at things in a different perspective, but it's also an energy with the Seven of Wands being over there that you kind of focus in one way. This is how it's supposed to be. This is the direction I'm supposed to go. This is the job I'm supposed to have. This is the relationship I'm supposed to have. And it's saying here with this energy is that things are going to change. Okay, so maybe this, you know, whatever you pictured in terms of a relationship may not be that point right now. Maybe there you don't have time for a relationship. If it's a situation for work or career, maybe you're starting to decide, maybe this is not the route I want to go. Maybe you want to focus on something else. So it's just a lot of questioning going on here, right? So it's a good thing, because again, it's self-evaluation. You're really self-checking what's going on here. And if you're not doing that, I would say to take some time out and try to really evaluate the direction that you're going here, okay? Let me see this Two of Pentacles in reverse here. We do have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, and maybe you're worried about a past situation. Maybe there's some emotions that came up here. We do have the Moon underneath here too. Cancer, Pisces energy. With the Three of Swords too, it's also negative thinking, right? So when you, with the Moon card, it's about your subconscious, and you are just doing things because you feel like that's the way it's supposed to be here. And I feel like there's something here that you need to really look at and see what really makes you happy. You know what I mean? And I know it's kind of hard to explain that because it's going to be different for everyone, and this is just a general reading here, but you know, you just have to, there's a sense of meditation that's needed here. There's a sense of really getting clear on your objective, because that Three of Swords could be negative thinking, and that Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, what choices do I have? And then it's also an energy of like, I'll just settle with this because that's just the way it is, right? So it's like, if you, let's just say you, I don't know, opened a business, or these are all examples because not everyone's going to open a business, so I try to find something better here, but let's just say there's a project or passion you wanted to pursue, okay? And you are pursuing it. You've been putting energy in this, right? But then you start to realize, you know what? Maybe the finances, you know, maybe this is not really worth it. What am I doing here? You know what I mean? Is this something I want to do in the next 5 years? And with that Three of Swords over there, you kind of you know, doing that negative talk to yourself here, which could be, not saying this is you know, you're doing this. This is why tarot's nice, because you can see the energy and you can kind of catch it and move back from it. But you know, it's also a sense of you settling for what it is. And it's like, sometimes we just let go of our passion. Sometimes we just say, you know what, it's not, you know, financially not there. We live in a world where, you know, freaking gas prices are crazy. You know, cost adds up, right? And you go, let me just balance this out. Let's see which one's going to be, you know, the one that's going to be more beneficial for you right now. And a lot of times it goes on the basic, you know, you have to get the basic job, you have to get things going. And there's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, you got bills to pay, you got to live a life, right? not everyone can just pursue your passion and just do that strictly alone. But with that Three of Swords there, it's saying don't negative talk yourself out of it, because it is a passion. It's something that you want to do. It's not. Don't let it go, because with that Two of Pentacles in the upright, there is a sense of you can juggle both, to get what you want, and it feels like the universe is there to support you. It just doesn't want you. It wants you to be very confident in your decision. That's why the Emperor here is sitting in the reverse. When you're in the upright, you're very confident in your decisions, right? So that's why the universe is testing you a little bit and saying, do you really want this? Okay, do you really want this? And I've been saying this in my videos in the past, and that's why, my September readings and August readings, they really apply to right now. If you guys have not really listened to them, you should be looking back at these readings. But um, that's my goodness, my voice. But that is an energy of you backing out and settling for what is given to you, and that's the universe testing you to see how bad do you want this. And if you back out from it, the universe is going to say, all right, guess they don't want it that bad. You know what I mean? And then you just kind of miss out. I'm not saying you miss out on the opportunity entirely. You're going to get that cycle again to where you can get it. But this is a good time for you to really set your sights here. Okay, and what do you really want? Because in the future energy, you are sitting in this Queen of Pentacles energy. So it's saying here that you're going to be, you have the potential to get there, but we have to kind of work through something right now in order to get there. So it's a little bit of a emotional roller coaster going up and down. You know what I mean? I know I said this before in my videos, but it's going to be like that. There's going to be some days where you're going to be like, oh, let's take care of this. And then you're going to have some days where you're going to go like, you know what, maybe it's not worth it. And that is that roller coaster, because that's that Three of Swords, that negative that negative thought coming in your mind. So cut that off if you can. Okay. Well, I'm saying cut it off. Get rid of that. Stop thinking that negative here. And with the moon there, it's about, again, this is a card of awakening, one of the cards of awakening here. So it is saying for you to meditate, go down deep here. What do you really want? What does make you happy? Okay. It's kind of like sometimes too, like when you get into a position where, and there's a sense of like, with the Hangman reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the Temperance in reverse here, there is a sense that, there's a feeling of loneliness, right? You don't feel the support, because if you are looking at people around you and you're saying, you know what, I'm starting to see that this person's not really there supporting wise for me, then what happens is your group gets smaller and you're starting to realize like, you know what did I, Five of Cups energy there, what did I put my time and energy into? And it's saying here, look at those two cups behind you. Who do you have behind you? And a lot of times it's yourself here, and it's really focusing that energy back onto you so you can kind of break through these cycles here, okay? Because it's also about energy too, because the more people you're around that are, stuck in a situation or don't really have that, that to move forward, that doesn't want to take the initiative to move forward. They just want to be stuck to where they're at. You can be also stuck to where they're at too. And sometimes you get caught up with that's what they want. That's what they choose. There's nothing wrong with that. But it feels like here, this is someone that doesn't want that, right? So you want to move forward into something else, but you're feeling like these energies are keeping you trapped in some way. So that's something you need to break away from. Try to work on that one here, okay? It's also an energy here that you're feeling, quite possibly, when you disconnect or you feel as though, other people around you that you used to get along with, you're starting to, when I say you're analyzing, I think I said that earlier, it is an energy where you're looking at them and how they're interacting with people. And you're starting to see like, why am I friends with this person? Or if it's a relationship, why am I in this relationship? You're asking yourself this question. And it is giving you these wake-up calls and saying, you know what, this is not the right group I need to be in order for me to kind of get into this Queen of Pentacles energy. You know that things are unbalanced. Things are not really, your foundation's not strong. Nine of Wands here in your center of the reading again goes back on boundaries, right? So it is also about protecting your energy, and you're also not starting to trust situations as well, because you're waking up. You're starting to see things for what they are, and it is a very sad thing too. That's that Three of Swords too. It's kind of disappointing to see that you've put a lot of energy into something, then realize that it's not even part of your journey here, right? So that brings you to a sense of being lonely or feeling like no one's there. There's no support, and that's also a very scary situation. So that can bring you in this sense of temperance in reverse, that things are not balanced. And it's saying that things are balanced is that you have to make a decision, a firm decision on what you want to do here, and that's when things will start to shift here, right? So because we do have the sun, we know you want your happiness, you want to enjoy here, right? But it's not about, having that lifestyle where you just doing whatever you want. There's no worries. There's always going to be worry, right? But the sun is saying also, don't forget your childlike energy. Start to let go of things that you can't control, right? So that's also an energy that I'm picking up. Let me see the Chariot here. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Now the Three of Cups in reverse, I mean, the upright, it's about reunion or, friends, family, get together, stuff like that. But with it in reverse, it's also an energy of, looking at yourself, introspection in some way, right? So this is something about looking at your friend groups. This is something about looking at your personal situation here. Because again, Two of Swords coming out. It's like needing to make a decision, but unsure which way to go. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm trying to show you kind of like, what's if this resonates with you and what could be blocking you, right? And maybe that's just you needing to look at yourself. That's that Nine of Wands, having your boundaries up. And sometimes it's hard for a lot of us because we're always in this giving, this energy of helping others when we forget to help ourselves. And that's where this issue is coming from here, okay? And you start realizing, like I said, about financially and stuff like that, you start looking at the future. You start projecting a little bit in the future, and you're looking like, hey, if I continue this route, we're going to have a big problem in the future, right? Things are not going to move forward. Chariot in reverse. Three of Cups, it's like, look at yourself here right now. The Emperor in reverse, Let's see the Emperor in reverse. Why is the Emperor in reverse? We do have the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups for me with the Emperor in reverse, it's like, take some time and just cater to yourself here. Do things that make you happy. Do little things here. And this could be, getting out, going for walks, doing things like that. I know I don't know if you saw a little short video that I posted on YouTube, but, I went to San Francisco and there was a nice little forest area, and I went for a walk. I did a little hike over there, and I went to the coast, and I go to the coast quite often because it's a grounding energy for me, right? So not everyone lives by the coast or anything like that, but, just the walk in the woods, just nothing, no sound, just the birds, the trees and the wind and stuff like that. And it's a very peaceful, you know, moment. Even if it's just for 15-20 minutes, it was just a peaceful moment for me to clear things up. And that really fills up my cup in a way, right? So it kind of fills up my emotions, my things here, that when I leave that area for that day and I come back, I'm more of a clearer state of mind, and it kind of clears things up so I can focus on different things that are blocking me. Okay, so so maybe that's something you need to do as well. I know I say this before, but you just have to go sit at the park, go sit at the bench and just chill and just look at things, observe a little bit here. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. Let me see the Temperance in reverse here. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So there's just things here where a lot of us are probably focused on finances. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse too. This is an energy that if you're not in this yet and you're not really mindful for your, just your environment here, you could be stopping what you really want to do. This could be an energy that pulls you back. This feels like an energy of being tested, like how bad do you really want this? And you need to be able to push through. And sometimes we have to get into an energy of being alone in a way, even though you feel alone, but you have to use that as your advantage, because you have all the time in the world to focus on yourself and focus on your projects and use that to grow here. Because if you get stuck in a situation to where you feel like, all right, you know what, you're more worried about your friends not being there for you, or you're more worried about other things right now, and you're really focused on different things to where you're not focused on yourself, you could miss out on an opportunity. That's kind of the energy that I'm seeing here. All right, I know it's not one of those readings where you just get in here and it's like, we have this happy ending here for you, but it's good to see it this way, because you have to be able to know that the way you're thinking, these negative thoughts. If you think negative, then negative things are going to be there. It's going to keep you stuck. You're going to be stagnant. People are going to be taking advantage of you. Even your closest friends that you've known for years. Not saying they're intentionally doing it. I'm just saying that they're used to it, because you sometimes could be a people pleaser, right? And it's hard to hear that, but it's that's what's coming out here, and you have to kind of see, are you? You have to ask your question that. And if you feel like that's the case, am I saying for you to retaliate to everyone and say, you know what, I got no time for you? No, you kind of have to, set a boundary and say, someone comes towards you and needs things, you have to say, you know what, I got to work on this today. I got to take care of this. And if they're still there, that's a true friend. That's a true connection, right? If they're not, and they leave, and they, I don't know, delete you from whatever, and don't talk to you, then you know that they're not part of your life. And then you found out right there, you see what energies have been holding you back. And the less and less people you have, you'll be very surprised that the more and more you kind of move forward. It's a very weird way to look at it, but it's from experience, it does work that way. And it does work out, because you can clear your mind and just do things here to where you need the ideas, you get the ideas, you get things, you start listening to what your body wants here, right? So you kind of avoid this Eight of Pentacles in reverse and kind of get it back to what you've been trying to work hard on. Look at the Four of Swords right after that. Libra energy, it is saying rest and not saying sleep all day. You know what I mean? I'm talking about taking a break from the energies, clearing your area. I have sage here. I use incense every morning. You do those things. This is what I do, not saying what you need to do. I'm just saying I have this here to clear my area so I can clear my space. And for those that do know me, I mean, it's like I don't have many people I care with. I'm just sharing this information with you because I feel like, I've been here in this situation before, and, moving to choose yourself, it surprisingly moves you really far forward, because you start getting the answers you need to, that you've been missing. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to look at, or will be looking at, just your future. This kind of like end of October, November, December. I know I'm repeating that, but I feel like something here could give you an answer. I don't know if it's regarding your finances, a relationship, whatever it is here, but it's something about visioning the future a little bit and seeing, if I do this every day, what I've been doing, how's that going to look like in December? You know what I mean? And if you feel like it doesn't pan out, look at this, right? So it's saying here you have an option to change that. And again, that Three of Swords, I feel like it's a lot of negative thinking, which kind of says, I'm going to settle for this. I'm going to settle for this relationship. I'm going to settle for these friend groups because that's just what I got. You know what I mean? And it's saying here to back out of that, get out of that. Okay, get away from that type of thinking. That Three of Cups in reverse here, you're going to start, when you kind of look back at yourself and see why the Chariot's stuck here, you're going to make that change so that Chariot gets in the upright and you move forward. And it does bring you a new potential here, this Page of Cups energy, okay? So it does bring you a new connection. It could bring you, and again, it could be romantic for some. It could be a friendship, whatever it is here. But it could bring you something here that you've been wanting. And this could be a better new connection here that comes out, right? So Ace of Swords energy. So there is, future energy here. There's something new that's coming towards you. Three of Pentacles. I feel like more of a friendship. I know I've been getting that in your readings here, but it's just someone here that is brand new. Entirely new connection. It's a page too, so it's just meeting someone, getting to know them. This person, I feel like, gives you that clarity that maybe you've been feeling like this, or maybe this person comes in and helps you through that as well. So I do pick that up. So I do feel like there's another energy that's coming in that is entirely brand new, but it's giving you that sense of clarity, that renewal. It's this Ace of Swords too, so it's just a new beginning into something. It's a clean slate. It's cutting off things of the past. This could be someone that you meet and you start seeing the truth for what it is too. It's like it's weird how that works as well. It's when we meet someone new, sometimes we get an opportunity to start new, and then you start realizing, like, why did I even do all that stuff in the past? And with this new connection, it feels like you want to really have this work, you know what I mean? And it's vice versa. So it's maybe you are going to clean up things in your sense, or maybe this person helps you clean up things in a way. So maybe that does get you out of that whole cloudiness of thinking and more clarity. So there's a connection in the future coming in for you, okay? But there's some work here that you need to focus on. Whoever this resonates with, whoever this is feeling a little bit like, you know, things are not in place, and you've been trying to you know, just figure some stuff out. I feel like that's coming out for you. Okay, so new connection coming in. Let me get you guys an oracle, and we'll close this out. And like I said, I'll be coming out with the zodiacs, all 12 here, fairly soon. Probably a little bit after, maybe around this weekend. We'll see. The way I do things, sometimes it could be tomorrow. I like, you know, I don't like looking at tomorrow too much. I'm living in the day. All right, so we do have the peacock that comes out here for you. Apologies on the lighting here. I don't know if this is going to show, but let's try to get it closer to you guys here. And so the peacock means prosperity. It says prosperity is coming to you. A flow of abundance is on its way. Expect a new income stream. Clear the energy in your home or office. Do not be afraid of success. You can rise from difficult circumstances. Wow, it's a perfect oracle to close this out. So that is your reading, collective. If this resonated for anyone or helped anybody here, please do hit that like button. And until next time, we'll see you. Guys, have a good one.